Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode as France, as we continue to try to be better than Napoleon. We are sort of in a losing race right now against Castile here to get this done. Technically, we're sending more people to work on these two areas, so we'll be doing 5 at once, which is gonna take this the 65 ducats that we're making per month, and it's gonna cut it down quite a bit. Because the next colony is gonna be could be 20 ducats, and then the one after that could be 40 ducats. I mean, we could be spending 60 ducats on doing this, to be honest. Although if we get our colonial nation made first here, it's going to be a big deal. It's going to be a big deal. The other way that we would solve that is just going to war with Castile. Problem there is we can't, because we're still in a Regency Council. So we need to actually, let's go down to speed 4 just until we get sort of the groove back here. But we need to get all this sorted too. So the clergy, I was eyeballing this province here. It's a yarn, not a particularly important trade good. It's a disproportional amount of base tax. This would be good for the clergy. That makes them happy, hopefully. And well, land-wise. And then we also have the burghers. Could just make them happy here, but I'd rather make them happy by hitting this button. Alternatively, we could actually just give them some more land, because we haven't actually given them land, really. So if we go to the trade map mode here, we can look and see, okay, which of these are already controlled by the burghers? No. We don't want the clergy controlling the center of trade, even if it is disproportionate. Let's pull that back. They're going to be upset, but we can give them this instead. They're okay now. That's controlled by the burghers. That's just a really nice province. This is a center of trade. Let's give it to the... well, the interesting thing is that it's a center of trade in an area that we already have ample... Wait, the clergy also control this? This is a center of trade in a node that we don't have enough control over. Huh. I don't know what... That must have been there from the start of the game. It must have been there from the start of the game. Nobility control that one. This is a decent province, but it's also got really good trade resources. There we go. Let's give clergy this one. And let's actually kick them out of here, which they're going to be a little upset about, I think. They're still going to be upset. Cornwall's a little expensive to develop. I'd like to give them a province that we could maybe develop on the cheap. And that isn't too rich. This looks good, but it's not a state. Actually, speaking of states... Oh, that's not a state. This is only a 3 development province. I'm tempted to state this, if only because it's all English culture. Actually, we stated something up here, didn't we? Wait a second, what do we got up here? We did state the Highlands, but none of this land is particularly good for clergy. This is it. This is it here. Give that to the clergy. They're still upset, but you know what? Actually, let's develop the land. So I don't think we can develop any more of their provinces. I think we've developed them all to the max space tax. And they're still feeling just a little bit too shy here. A lot of copper. I don't think that matters. Let's give this to the clergy. Actually, it does matter because we built a manufactory here. Ah, whatever. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. We spent a little bit of extra admin for that. The reason why I'm spending the admin is because we're really far ahead on technology. And we also have an institution penalty that's going to be building, so we might as well just spend it on developing. We can make them happy, that's great. So the clergy's sitting pretty. We could now give, we have a lot of potential to give stuff to the burghers here. Well, they don't control either of these. Again, another rich province that maybe... Increasing their influence isn't bad either. We already gave them London. Oh, we could give them this up here, but it's not a state. No reason not to give them this. It's not a super high development province. And you know, honestly, despite 21 development, I think we want to give them this. We're not trying to make them happy right now. We're just trying to boost our trade potential in these areas. We give them Antwerp, but it's not a state, actually. Okay, they're going to trend upwards. They're going to be trending upwards. They'll get there eventually. We've boosted their influence a bit too, which is nice. Mobility are going to tick down. That'll be fine. Let's get this going. So we're racing Castile mostly. Okay, Calais, we're going to have something going on in Calais. Why is that? Have crossed our border. That's okay. That's just what's going on there. Get a little bit of morale here, but this shouldn't be a hard battle. Okay. I might have just accidentally sent my transports into a little bit of a flurry here. Those, we're going to just let those sort of happen on their own, but I do need to double check here. Where did I just send one of my transport fleets do something crazy? Nope, you're still chilling there. Good. We can make the claims now. That's good. Innovation. So where is this? The West Midlands. I was gonna say, this definitely doesn't sound like France, but it does sound like England. Unrest in this area should be pretty low on its own. Low legitimacy is the only reason why we would get an uprising here if we actually added 5 local unrest. We could actually lose a little bit of prestige and gain an innovation point. Huh. It is currently going up, so I guess we could let it go up more. Oh, let's actually get the innovation. Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of unrest here. I don't know. Actually, here's the question. How long is that going to last? 10 years? I don't think that rebellion's going to, like, pop up in 10 years. No, it's going to take 30-something years, it's saying, for that to pop up, so. Okay, there's that battle. Good. Go back to Paris and start drilling. We actually have a little bit of separatism here, huh? Actually, I think this is coming from the fact that yeah, actually we got a bit of rebellion purely because the burgers don't like us. Okay, way too many lazy diplomats. What are we gonna do about this? What do we need our diplomats to do? We no longer have the alliance with Brandenburg or Sweden. We could try to get those back. Papal State likes us. Who else could we potentially... We could actually look to ally Poland, which, considering we just beat up the Russians not too long ago, actually Poland I think is going to be a good ally here, guys. Let's we have a royal marriage slot. Brandenburg, or you know, a relationship slot. We need to kick out Brandenburg and Sweden. We don't really need them anymore. We need to cancel military access with Sweden. Let's get the let's get Poland up in here. Again, for the most part, we can't really go to war. It's not in our cards. Which actually made me realize that the wars that we said we didn't want to join, because they went to war, we should have probably done that. If only because it would have been something to do. I didn't think about that carefully enough. Did not think about that carefully enough. Let's get the royal marriage with Novgorod if we can. Heck, we could even make Novgorod like us. The other thing to consider is how many of these guys do we have claims on? Okay, we need more claims here in Central America. Not a core only because you're coring it. We don't have any claims here, actually. Oh, okay, let's get these going. We're already building one there. Let's build one on these bigger folk. Who are you at war with? Just locals. Just the locals. Yeah, like we could build one here, actually. No, this will be better. And we could look at the aggressive expansion map mode, but I'm suspecting that we actually don't have much aggressive expansion, especially considering this is 10 years where it's just going to tick down. That's 30 at the rate that we're going. Let's look for someone who actually has aggressive expansion. We'll see how fast it's decaying. Yeah. So Austria does have a lot with us still, but it's decaying at a 3.3 yearly. That's pretty large. In fact, I think it would be going down even faster if it wasn't for low legitimacy. And our prestige, actually. If our prestige was higher, we'd be getting even more effect from that. We'd be getting a lot more. Wow. Yeah, the way prestige affects that is actually nuts. So our colonial nations are bringing back treasure from the New World, which is cool. What did we want to do with our money? Do we still want to get a fort down here just to kind of like... Actually, well, down here we're protected, are we? Not really. It's that one little gap. Spain is cut off. We have good fortage up here. Moving this fort to here would probably be pretty strategic. Getting more claims against Spain might also be good. So the year of Reformation, or the Age of Reformation, will be ending soon. We'll be moving into the Age of Absolutism. Looking at that, we can scout out the goals that we're going to have here. 3 trade companies. I think we already have that. Multiple universities. We haven't actually... I don't think we can even build universities yet. Potential for a large army. I think we're going to need 200,000 force limit for that. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to have that right away, but we're close. I think we're at 179. And everything else there is not going to be relevant. We didn't fight in the religious war. multicultural nation. Actually, we're not going to be able to do that immediately. How much are we losing right now? Ooh, 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 look at this. Spending, wow, 34 ducats for that last one. Oh, great. Now these guys have to go back and fight them again. This is actually just silly. Yeah, this is actually just silly. And we're taking care of it, but it's just kind of like, come on, really? Yep. And Sweden's attacking into Denmark, which is... oh, nice. Nice. Austria's going to get up there and fight, hopefully. And hopefully Austria can pull it together and win that for Denmark. This is what we're worried about, because we can't declare war, and we didn't get Sweden into a battle against Denmark under our terms. Nope, nope, stop, stop. Ooh, that would have been bad. We would have just tanked our morale there. Okay, what do we got here? 90? Oh, do we... Whoa, 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 whoa. We don't have people in the Congo. Uh-oh. That came out of nowhere. That literally came out of nowhere on us. What's going on? We can do the trick. I think we should. That trick seems like, it's almost like too good to be true, you know what I mean? It's almost like too good to be true. It's weird. I mean, technically you are losing autonomy. You're losing a lot of autonomy, because the actual autonomy of this province might be as low as 25%. 20 to 25, 30%. And it's ticking down, right? Even in the background, it's ticking down, like right now. But when you do that, you put it up to 75%. So if we ever did want to state this in the future, then it would be at 75% autonomy for a long time. Okay, I've been taken care of. Drill. Money, money, money. What can we do with our money? Where's this? Ngule. Oh, M. N, not M. I mean, these are part of the trade company, are they not? Why is it saying we're going to make money by... Because are we... It's minus 100% tax. Yeah, I don't get how it all works, to be honest, but it's saying that it's going to be... I'm going to have to look this up. The Cape especially is saying that for whatever reason we're going to make just tons of money. You know what, gems, we'll build one there. Ivory, it's saying we'll make big money if we do that. At Luxembourg, that's, you know, that's up in, well, that's in Luxembourg. That makes sense. Yeah, let's build some here that we just can eyeball from this screen here. Been looking at the list a lot, but sure. Anything that's like a 0.1 cool with. Weird that the land up here is so not good. Considering this should be a state. See, why is the autonomy at 50%? I'm not sure what's going on there. Huh. Oddly high autonomy there. This is a 0.4. In the home region, so to speak. I just kind of want to spend our money and get our money making more money, right? That's what I'm thinking there. Sure, make everybody happy. Speaking of making everybody happy. Trier is someone that hasn't really liked us, just in general. Let's get them up there. You know, we should have checked on the rivals and such of Poland. Well, we don't have any issues with any of this. Technically, Brandenburg is not going to want to ally us because we're allied to their rival. Except they haven't actually rivaled Poland. Poland has only rivaled them, so... I don't know, it's weird. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Yikes. This might be one of my first... The Regency Council. We weren't paying attention to this, guys. What the heck? So our government time is going to switch. Yikes. Are we at least not in a regency? We are still in a regency council. What the heck just happened? Ends with the nobility has been curtailed. How do we do that? I thought this was going to happen on its own. It's literally November. Are you serious? They're going to lose 15 influence in November. It's June. They literally rose up in a matter of just a few months. They demand more land. How much do you think you need? They expect to control 40% more. That's funny. That's funny, nobility. That is funny. I don't even know what's going to happen. What does this mean? Does it switch our government type back, or are we stuck? I mean, we're not permanently stuck, but I mean, in the short term, are we stuck now? I mean, to be honest, this isn't the worst. Oh, our economy just went down the drain. Because we're getting all these negative modifiers because of this, aren't we, to trade? Trade efficiency, national tax, global trade power, minus 25% for all those things. Wow. So in November next year, is this over? Is it going to end? Ho 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 ho. That's really cool. I guess they're still drilling there. Keep drilling there. I'm not too worried, honestly. None of this matters because the age is about to end. 20% morale of armies. That is insane. Anytime you see this guy, it's just insane. But we could get 50 prestige, which we're talking about how prestige gives us a lot of goodies. This gives us institution spread, yearly corruption, global trade power, which is already getting subtracted by an enormous amount. A lot of this stuff we don't strictly need, although it would help us with the rebellion. Prestige affects yearly legitimacy. That's actually kind of important right now. Let's go with the prestige. Prestige is technically a little easier to get. We're already +1 stability. I think we're okay on that, guys. Hey, Castile, you finished these. What are you doing now? Okay, good. Good, they're only working on one. It should take them a solid 10 years to get that done. So we'll be able to war them for these provinces. Nope, they're working on this one. So technically, these will get done very quickly. Basically, it's a race between this province right here. It's a race between this one and these two. It just has to, this one just has to finish before these, well, and it should. It should. But wow, that's going to be tight. That is going to be tight. We're going to have to go up to Alaska. Actually, technically, this part of Alaska? No, it's not. Definitely not. Alaska, I think, starts with Vancouver Island. Okay. So November, though, has come and gone. Are we out of the disaster? I don't understand. What does that mean? Curtailed. Like, oh, whoops. No, are you kidding me? Lower than 60. No, 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 no. In 5 years, it'll be lower than 60. This tanks our stability by 3. Holy cow. Dang, guys. Well, let's just poke around and see, that'd be 1.9%. 1.8. 0.5. So, I mean, between all those, we're looking at like 5%. 6%. We would have to revoke an insane amount of land. Like an insane amount of land. I think once they start getting upset, they rise up, I think. Yeah, we're ready for them. We're ready for them. Now we're below 60. This is so unfortunate, guys. Influence lower than 60. Or haven't we done that? Oh, technically. Okay, we can now do that, guys. And we have a trader, actually, that we're not using. Actually, have we not been using that trader for a long time? We have someone in here, 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 and here. We have someone here, here, and we also have someone here. We don't need anyone in the Cape. Could technically pull stuff this way. We could put the trader in Zanzibar, which would actually probably be better than just putting the trader. Actually, 22% here. Most of this is already getting pulled to here, though, so we don't need to do anything crazy. Alternatively, we'd do Canada and just get more of this going over to, what would it go to? Bordeaux or something. The North Sea probably would be best for us, actually. We could put it in Canada, or we could actually put it in Brazil. Brazil is probably going to help us and hurt our allies more, so let's get Brazil. Alternatively, actually Novgorod. Alternatively, we could actually do it in Novgorod, but I think this will be fine. Okay, so we can hit this button. Let's see what happens here, guys, and then we'll probably wrap up the episode. Oh, man, that hurts. That's a total of 4 stability that we lost because they uprised against us. Back in control. So now they're really upset with us, naturally. So unfortunately, we just kind of have to go back and just give them what they already had. From all this junk they already had. Like, this is a good province for them because it's high manpower. There we go, and they'll trend upwards. So, you know, it's not great. Our economy, once we're not paying this 10% maintenance penalty, and once the traders get back on our side, it's actually going to be like big money is going to start rolling in. So, big money. All right, thank you so much, everybody, for watching another episode. I will see you guys in the next one.